Okay, let's look at what may be Daniel Day-Lewis's final performance as an actor in the movie Phantom Thread. Phantom Thread, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Daniel Day-Lewis and Vicky Krieps. This movie is probably going to be Daniel Day-Lewis's last performance since he is retiring from acting. In this movie, he plays Reynolds Woodcock, a dressmaker who has a very particular way of living. He meets up with this waitress named Alma, played by Vicky Krieps. She becomes Reynolds' love interest in the film. She ends up living with Reynolds Woodcock in the movie. She becomes his wife in the film. And Reynolds Woodcock is a very particular kind of guy. He's the kind of guy that is very meticulous with his life. When he makes dresses like they are works of art. And he wants these dresses to be treated like they're works of art. And if you don't treat the dress that he makes like it's a work of art, he'll be very upset. He likes having his life in a very particular way. He likes having his breakfast done in a very particular way by the people that work for him. Everything has to be just right for Reynolds Woodcock, and he doesn't like any surprises, really. So when Alma tries to be very appreciated towards him, he doesn't really take very well towards that, and you get to see the relationship that Alma and Reynolds have in the movie. You also meet Sorrel, who is Reynolds' sister in the film, who lives with Reynolds as well. Reynolds' sister is played by Leslie Manville, and she's great in the movie. I really did like her in the film. This movie is really done very well. Paul Thomas Anderson does a really good job with this movie. The direction is done very well, and Daniel Day-Lewis is excellent in the film. Vicky Krieps is also very good in the movie as well, and Leslie Manville is very good in the film. The flaws, though, with the movie is the pacing is very slow, but that is pretty typical for a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Usually most of his movies are very slow paced. The Master, which starred Philip Seymour Hoffman, that movie was very slow paced. The only movie that I know of that Paul Thomas Anderson did that had a bit more of a faster pace to it was Boogie Nights, which had Mark Wahlberg as a porn actor. But this movie moves at a much more slower pace, and the slow pace fits the movie, but it can get boring at times. I was feeling bored through some parts of the movie, but other parts I was very well invested in the film. So the movie is very good. I really think people should check this movie out. So I'm going to give this movie a B+. It is worth seeing in the theater, and that's all I got to say for Phantom Thread.